Welcome to Hodge, Podge, Australia. Today I am making a Cinderella cake in honour of the new live action Cinderella and in honour of my 100th video. It's very special for me, so I wanted to do something special for you guys. So I got myself one of the new live action Cinderellas with these beautiful butterflies on them, and I have recreated the butterflies a couple of days in advance and given them time to dry. Now, I'm super excited, there's the butterflies, that this is my 100th video, and I want to say thank you so much for sticking with me through 100 videos, and I hope that we have another 100 to come. But let's start by decorating our Cinderella cake. So let's pop her off to the side, and I have a 10-inch cake, and I have my doll shape cake out of the Dolly Varden tin that you will have seen and probably have at home. Now, the 10-inch cake takes about 3.5 cake mixes, and the Dolly Varden obviously has 2 cake mixes, so it's lots of cake. Let's get started. We're going to first off level our large 10-inch cake. This is going to be our platform, and I am going to cut some stairs out because my Cinderella is standing at the top of the stairs. She's going to lose her shoe. She's at the ball. She's having a lovely time. So I am going to trim out some stairs into my cake. Just start by taking the first level off and then going down a level and then down a level was the easiest way for me to do it. Brush off extra crumbs, and then you are going, when you are happy with your staircase, I also took a little bit off the edges so it's not just across and down, it's a little bit rounded. Once you are happy with your staircase that you cut in, simply crumb coat. Get your buttercream out and crumb coat that big cake, and then crumb coat your doll cake as well. Then pop them off into the fridge or freezer, depending how fast you want to make this cake, to set. Now for this large cake, you're going to want your white fondant, and being such a large cake, you are going to want 1 kilo of white fondant. That's just over 2 pounds, I believe. It's about 2 pounds 3 ounces from memory, but 1 kilo of white fondant. So you're going to get quite the workout rolling out this fondant. And I've got to say, my Sweet Wise mat, I know I talk about it a lot, but my Sweet Wise mat came to the rescue again because it stops the rolling pin from sticking to the fondant no matter how much corn flour you use, because you don't want to use too much corn flour because it's going to dry out the fondant. You've seen me cover a cake before, so you know how it goes. You cover the cake and then you trim it down, and you make sure you put the grooves in of the staircase there. You can see that all happening on the screen while I go on about rolling out fondant. But hey, it's entertaining, right? If not, please feel free to tell me to shut up. Okay, moving on. We've covered our white cake. We're going to set that aside to dry. Now we're going to move on to our dress fondant. Now you cannot buy this colour. Okay, it's sort of a shimmery colour, and it's a mix between blue and purple, so I've had to make my own. I've used a couple of drops of sky blue Amerigel and a couple of drops of violet, and I've just sort of kneaded it all through until I'm happy with the colour, and I think it's come out a very good match. So once again, we get our mat and we roll that out. Then we're going to cut our hole for our Cinderella doll, and we are going to place her into our cake, which we have placed on top of our dried white base. I have cut a hole into the centre of my coloured fondant, and that way I can just place it straight down over Cinderella's head and arms, and it's going to drape more of a regular dress style. Instead of going around in one big long rectangle that I have done in the past, we're going to go up over her head. Then we're going to make it fit perfectly around the dress, and we're just going to tidy up any edges. Then using a knife, we're going to cut around the base of the dress so that it looks like the dress is flowing freely on the ground. So you don't want to go straight around in just a circle, because that just, you might as well then just do the rectangle and drape it around. So you want to make the dress look lovely and flowy and full of material. So using that knife, you're just going to trim around the base of the cake. To tidy up the top of the dress where we've cut our hole and placed it over her head, we're simply going to put on a belt. So rolling out a bit of the leftover fondant, we're going to cut a rectangle, then placing it around her waist, just roll that top down so that it has the rolled top waist as you see in the finished product. That is how I've finished off my Cinderella. If you have a different way that you would like to do it, that's what imagination is for. That's how I've done it. But let's decorate our base with the butterflies. Now, I find the best way to do it with these butterflies is to use some melted chocolate, not some water. So I've just melted some white chocolate in a Ziploc bag in the microwave, cut the end off, making my makeshift piping bag, and I'm going to individually stick all of these butterflies on the base. So we have a lovely blue, we've got our beautiful pink, and then we will add in some yellow as well. I've also decided to add just one butterfly onto the front of her dress and one at the back where I've done the side belt. The top belt, I should say. It's not a side belt. But that's the great thing about these butterflies. You can put them wherever you want. If you want to make even more and then put them all over her dress, that's great too. But this is my Cinderella, live action Cinderella cake. My 100th video for YouTube. Thank you so much for sticking with me yet again. I mention it, and I do hope to have so many more videos for you in the future. I hope you love this Cinderella cake. I think she's just beautiful. I think she's going to be an absolute winner with any girl for her birthday because Cinderella is just the best, and I can't wait to see the movie. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you again real soon.